Hey y'all, today I'm gonna be making Panda Express famous orange chicken, starting with some chicken breast and lemon juice, of course. So every single video I tell y'all, clean your chicken off with that lemon juice, let it marinate in it for a few minutes, then just go ahead and rinse it off. So y'all, this will be my first time attempting to make anything from Panda Express. This is not somewhere that I really eat like that, so it was really a hit or miss. So I started by cutting my chicken up into like just little cubes or whatever. It really don't got no specific shape. Just cut your chicken up. Y'all already know how that goes. So while we cut our chicken, y'all know I got a story time. So today we finna talk about how I got freaking scammed real bad on one of them Indeed jobs, y'all. So boom, before we get into that, let me tell y'all what I seasoned with. So we got Tony's Creole, ground white pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, cornstarch, and 2 eggs. I didn't even know that white pepper existed until I cooked this meal, but this is one of those meals where you kind of need to prep everything ahead of time. So I put me some rice in the microwave on 10 minutes in a bowl full of water. I didn't read the back of the box, so I didn't know the instructions, but I put it on 10 minutes because yeah, we just gonna put it on 10 minutes and I'm gonna just assume it's done. So then I went ahead and seasoned my chicken with everything I had sitting there. It's no specific order, but y'all, let me tell y'all how I really got scammed. So it was basically this customer service job, y'all, and posted on Indeed, checks out. It's a real company, everything checked out, description looked good, said they was hiring, and I knew somebody that worked there, and she was like, yeah, we hiring, but she was talking about hiring in person. This job said remote. Now, see, that's how that should be my first red flag. Them jobs on Indeed that be saying remote, 9 times out of 10, they could be a scam because you have to send all your information over the phone or through email or something like that. So boom, y'all, it was like urgently hiring, and it also said remote in Georgia. So I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this. So I go ahead and I send in an application. Now, this where I should have known stuff went right, because they asked for like ID and just all types of information that shouldn't even had nothing to do with it. So I went ahead, I put my application in. I literally get a response the same day. Red flag number 1. Anytime you get a response same day for a job, even though sometimes they truly do be just hiring, 9 times out of 10, either the job finna be terrible or that's just somebody scamming to get your information. So y'all, this is how it looked once I put everything in a bowl together. And then you just gonna go ahead and mix that up. But before I did that, I wanted to put me some vegetable oil on the stove, get it ready to heat up, get it hot, so it can already be ready for me to cook my chicken. But I say is the job either gonna be the worst, because that's how I got my first job, y'all. I didn't even apply to my first job. I called up there and said, y'all hiring? It was a fast food place. I said, is y'all hiring? The lady said, yeah. She said, can you come in for an interview in about, I think she said it was like 2 hours from the time that it was. And I said, yeah. I got up, got dressed, went. She hired me on the spot, went to the back, got me a shirt, an apron, told me I could start the next day. So you see what I'm saying? Like, people that hire you that quick, that stuff really be a red flag. Not all the time. Like, I got hired on the spot at my current job, but it took me a while to get through, and it was a whole process, so it was a little different. But anyway, y'all, so I just pour your rice into the bowl and set that aside, and then I went ahead and took the chicken. I put it in the grease. Now, when I put this chicken in the grease, this has never happened to me before. Y'all see the way I just pour all this chicken in here at once? Yeah, that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have did that. That chicken freaking stuck together like none other. I was sitting there with the spoon trying to break the chicken apart. It wasn't coming apart. I was getting stressed out because that has never happened to me before. I need to stick to doing things the way that I usually do them, and I should have handpicked them, put them in there one by one, because, boy, look at me sitting here freaking breaking apart chicken. So after a little while, I got it, but by this point, my chicken was almost done by the time I eventually got them broken apart. But y'all, so back to this. So I get my response. I respond back. I was just like, yes, I want to work from home job. I'm like, yes. Well, I thought I did. I really don't, y'all. I really don't. I don't want to sit at home. But, I was like, yes. So immediately I emailed the lady back, and she was like, okay, these are going to be the further steps. She was like, you're going to have a phone interview. You've passed phase 1. It's going to be 3 phases. So right here, we finna do mixed vegetables. So I'm just putting some water into the pan. We've just finna steam some mixed vegetables. So yeah, that was supposedly phase 1. So phase 2, she was like, I'm gonna send you an assessment, and you also need to provide identification. We are only remote work. We do no hybrid work. And I did look into the company and everything. Like I said, it's a real company. It was several branches. So I really believe this mess. So yeah, she get to doing all that. Then eventually I kept communicating with the lady. It came the day for my phone interview. So right here, y'all, we finna make fried rice. If y'all don't already know how to make fried rice, go ahead and watch my video where I made them teriyaki pineapple bowls, even though I'm finna teach y'all again. So after you dump your rice, you take you some soy sauce, some toasted sesame oil, you take you onion powder, garlic powder, or whatever seasonings that you like, and then you put your vegetables in there and you just begin to let it fry. And that is how you make fried rice. It turns out great. It turns out perfect in my opinion. The only thing that I'm missing is a boiled egg, because I forgot to boil me an egg, y'all. But yeah, so apparently I made it to phase 3. They never called me for the phone interview. I was waiting around on it, and eventually they started to ask for stuff like social security and stuff. I don't know why I'm stuttering so bad, but eventually they started to ask for that stuff, and I was like, yeah, no, baby, I'm not giving you no social security, no none of that over no phone. Like, and I've been hired over the phone before when I was a caregiver, but it was a totally different process. So I just knew that something didn't look right, something didn't feel right about it, period. That's how my fried rice came out. It looked good, don't it? So now I'll take you some soy sauce. We're about to make the sauce for the orange part of the chicken. So take you some soy sauce. You're also going to take some honey. I don't know exactly which order I'm doing it in, so we're just going to go as we go. So this is rice vinegar right here. Try not to use too much soy sauce or rice vinegar, because this makes it salty. Y'all know soy sauce makes it salty anyway, so just try to chill on that. You're also going to take you some honey. You're also going to get you some cornstarch and some minced garlic and some red pepper flakes and just a tad bit of water. The cornstarch and the water is supposed to thicken it up a little bit. So yeah, that's your sauce right there. And if you have an orange, slice the orange down the middle, squeeze the orange over the top of it. But that is minced garlic, like I told y'all, and then I'm going to be hitting it with the red pepper flakes in just a second. So yeah, y'all, when they started asking for stuff like that, I was like, oh, boo. I said, oh, I'm not comfortable sending that over the phone. And they basically told me like, oh, well, then you just don't want this job. And I was like, and don't. And I'm finna tell y'all, because I got a text message from them. And they had the nerve to be lying like, yeah, we gonna send you all the equipment, and right after your equipment comes, then you start the following Monday. Like, they really had nerve. Like, when I say they lying bad. What equipment and stuff? This was not legit at all, and I just knew it wasn't. But I'm finna read the text to y'all. So the text reads as follows. Y'all, I left out the most important part. This lady said instead of sending me the equipment, that she was going to deposit me a check. She was going to send me a check through email, and all I had to do was deposit it into my account, purchase the equipment, and then get back with her. That's when I knew stuff was a scam, y'all. This woman sent the check, and it said like 4,000 or something on it, and she was like, deposit this into your account. Mind y'all, the way that it needed to be deposited, meaning somebody would have my account and my routing numbers. I'm not stupid, baby, far from slow. So I just left it alone altogether. And so she kept emailing me, and then I get a text and said, I have still yet to hear back from you. Have you deposited your check? And I said, God don't like ugly. Y'all gonna get enough of scamming people. People need help out here for real. And I just left it at that. The lady never responded. It still says delivered. And what type of job text you, baby? iMessage text, trying to be professional. Baby, I didn't opt in for no text or nothing. You supposed to keep this as an email. So after I stopped answering the emails, then she texted my phone. That's how I knew this mess was a scam. Never again. That's why you got to be careful with them Indeed jobs. So y'all, after that, just toss your chicken in, get to mixing it up or whatever, and then go ahead and fix your plate because you're done. I'm not gonna lie, this meal seems like it's very quick, but it can be quick, y'all. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little while. But yeah, this why you definitely got to be careful with them Indeed positions, because they be tripping. Like, why in the world would I take a $4,000 check? It don't got my name on it. It don't got none of that. Like, no, you want me to deposit this into my account so you can have some accounting and routing numbers? Girl, you crazy. Anywho, y'all, I'm just making my plate up now, and I'm not gonna lie, it looked really, really good, especially when I topped it off with those sesame seeds on it. So make sure you don't forget that step. Yeah, but I would say it's an easy meal. It's just not too fast to me. Something that could have sped it up was if I would have bought the fried rice already together in a bag, but I prefer to make it because it comes out great. And I also want to start making it with fresh vegetables just to make it taste better and less like processed, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, it's my favorite part of the meal now. We're about to try it. Don't forget to top it off with those sesame seeds, and let's go. Before we enjoy this meal together, what happened to you subscribing to my channel so you don't miss an episode? Anyway, let's taste it. Okay, y'all, so my favorite part, it's time to test the food. The presentation of it look good, but I don't know about the taste because I don't know how that sauce just came out. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Y'all know one thing about me, I can make some chicken though, but that sauce just really be a hit or miss. So, let me see. Woo! Y'all, it's salty. And this why I don't like using soy sauce in freaking food. This done is salty. Like, At this point, I don't know what to do to it. I don't know if I need to add some sugar or something to sweeten it up. But this junk is salty. Like, I feel like that's what the honey was for, but I don't got that much honey. That junk's salty. I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to eat that. I'm gonna have to pour something over top of it or something. But let me taste my rice. The rice looked like it came out great. Yeah, the rice are typical at-home fried rice. But this chicken though, let me try some yum yum sauce because that's not salty. Okay, that's I gotta have something to take away from that because I cannot. That joint is salty. And it don't taste orange either. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Shoot, everything can't be a win on this channel. It's a little bit better with the yum yum sauce. It takes away from it, so I'm gonna need this. But at this point, yum yum sauce is a need, not a want. If I'm gonna be able to eat this chicken, I'm gonna need some yum yum sauce, y'all. So overall, man, this meal get a 5. The presentation nice, but the taste, I cannot sit up here and eat no salty chicken like this. I can't do it. Like it's salty, man. Man, I don't know what to tell y'all. I failed. That junk is salty, and I can't do it. I give it a 5 out of 10. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all want to see more cooking videos, more recipes. Obviously, don't follow this one though because I made it too salty, y'all. But everything else be a hit. Y'all can't even count. Go rate my other videos. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see y'all on the next episode.